Hey YouTube, A.Maze here, back again with another video. Welcome to our channel and thank you for watching. Alright y'all, thanks for coming. Always glad to see you. So look, what we talking about, this video is part 2 of belief systems, okay? Go back to the previous 2 videos, okay? I'm doing a series on the basics of our mind transformation, why it's possible, what we can do, okay? It creates a spiritual journey for us. You know, you're either discovered or you discover yourself. Either way, you're awakened now. So without further ado, let's jump right into it, okay? So previously we talked about our mind, the basics. You have the conscious, the subconscious, and the superconscious, okay? Conscious mind is when you make specific decisions intentionally. Subconscious is everything you do, believe, and feel on autopilot, okay? 98% of our actions and our thoughts and our feelings come from the subconscious, okay? It comes from everything that we've been exposed to in our life. And then you have the superconscious, which is the God mind. And in that realm of thought, that is the perfect ideas you have for yourself. That's where you will find the true meaning of your life, your inner happiness, and everything that goes along with it, okay? All right, so now that we talked about that, part 1 of belief systems, we talked about that afterward, okay? And I was just going over what they are and how you get them, and to let you know that yes, it's possible to change, okay? So this video is a continuation of that. Now, ironically, I called it Belief Systems Part 2, but we're going to talk about feelings, okay? Because your belief systems are the foundation, the groundwork for your overall emotions, okay? You feel the way you feel because of what you believe, all right? You may have beliefs that you don't even realize you have, okay? It takes a lot of self-exploration to figure out what thoughts you want to change. And when you do finally make a conscious effort to change those thoughts, things in your, not just your physical reality, the 3D that you see with the senses, the 5 senses, but also the way you feel will change, okay? When that happens, the things you do will change. It's going to be a snowball effect of just constant improvement and change and growth, and you're going to love who you become, all right? So you say, hey, Maze, that sounds great, but how do we get there? What do I do? All right, I got you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about that. Let me go on. Okay, so we talked about belief systems, okay? Now, here's the takeaway. I got homework for y'all. After you watch this video, there are 3 questions I want you to ask yourself, okay? The first one is, do I like how I feel most of the time? Okay? Obviously, the answer is no. That's why you're watching this video. You attracted it because you saw it and you said, let me explore that. So it's very likely that you don't like how you feel, okay? Now, what you do is you go into retrospect and you look at your life up until now. Decide what things, major events or circumstances or people that you felt were unfavorable, right? Then you ask yourself, what thought process did I have? What thought process did I have at that time? Okay? Then what you do is, once you've decided that, you ask yourself, do I still have that? And if so, that's what you're going to focus on changing. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Now, the third question you ask yourself is, what can I do about it? All right. Now, that's what we're going to talk about, and that's where the universe comes in at. Let me give you a clear example. Let me give you a common example that most of us can relate to. All right. Say you complain a lot, all right, and you've been doing this for many years. And at the same time, you've never felt like your life turned out the way you believe you deserved it to be. You always felt like you got the short end of the stick, right? But you're a major complainer. So to someone like that, I would say, every time you feel the urge to complain, turn that thought or if you utter the word around. Okay, you can start with that area of complaints. I'm talking about moment to moment. So if you go to your friend's house and they cook you a dinner and you smell the food and you don't like the way it smells, rather than think to yourself, or if you do think to yourself, oh, I hate the way it smells, but you know what, I'm just thankful that they cooked dinner for me. Another example, if you go to the store and you find yourself getting impatient a lot when the lines are long, if that's a common habit of yours, you say to yourself, okay, this time I'm not going to get upset. I'm going to look at this as, this delay will protect me from something because I know the universe always got my back. Right? That's another example of how you turn your thoughts around. So you constantly do this, okay? Every time you complain or feel anything unnecessary that's negative and petty, make a conscious effort to turn that thought around and keep doing it. Be consistent with it and watch what happens to you, okay? Eventually, you will not be a complainer anymore because you've already programmed your subconscious to know that that's not what you want. The subconscious will do whatever you tell it. So if you tell yourself, no, I'm not going to complain, and then you turn it around and you turn it into a compliment and keep doing that, eventually complaints won't be no longer a part of who you are. You just won't do it no more. Then you can move to another area of your life. You might want to stop, I don't know, drinking the same coffee every day. We'll just say that because that's a habit. If you want to break the habit of coffee, one day get up and make tea. Okay? You can do all kinds of things. Break routines that you've had for many, many years. Notice yourself. The spiritual journey is a journey of learning who you are, okay? And then when you find out things about yourself that you don't like, you just spend every moment to moment opportunity of turning your thoughts around. I'm talking about you constantly changing it. And you don't have to try to change 4 or 5 things about yourself at once. You can if you feel you can do it, by all means. But don't try to yet. Give yourself a fair chance because you don't want to discourage yourself, okay? But mind transformation is extremely possible. It can definitely be done. Okay, so let's move on from that. I'm glad I cleared that up. Another thing, y'all. Again, I know you heard of affirmations. Do affirmations every day. Affirmations are just that. You affirm into yourself what your new beliefs are. So, say you're a chaotic person, but you want to be peaceful and kind. Look yourself square in the eye every morning and night and say, I am peace, I am calm. And do that every day and watch the change in you. So, moving on from that, I just want to say this. Another common belief system that affects our emotions is, and a lot of us have this, if we don't see any evidence of something colossal or what we consider to be colossal, we'll just give up on the idea altogether. So for example, if you grew up in a poor neighborhood all your life and all you seen was poor people around you and all they talked about was how poor they are, it's not likely that you're gonna say, I can't wait to grow up and be a millionaire. I mean, you can. It's people that have. But I'm just saying, us here on earth, we have a tendency to pay more attention to what is in front of us and with the physical senses rather than, say, but you know what? This don't have to always be my reality. That's another thing. Don't be doubtful of things you can't see with the physical senses. You got to come to a point in your journey where you learn how to see beyond it, okay? Because you could succumb to FEAR, false evidence appearing real, and be afraid for nothing. That's another thing. I had to mention that, guys, because that's another part of the belief system. That belief system creates fear, and we all know no need to fear. Okay. What else? Another thing, past or present transgression. Forgive yourself always. Okay. I think I'm gonna talk deeper about that in another video because the thing is, we want to stick to this. Your emotions, okay? they will change, I promise you. The thoughts lead to the emotion. Okay, you have belief systems you've been carrying around for so long, and you know you don't feel like you want to. It's time to think about the way you think. That's really it, guys. Every moment to moment experience should be you turning around unfavorable thoughts that are guiding you in the wrong place. You know, with the way you think, the universe directs you to places in relation to the way you think. What else? Okay, another thing, another belief system is about failure. You know, a lot of times when we fail at something, we feel like maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. We're going to get more into it. That's another video, but let me tell you about failure as a belief system, okay? The one thing you must remember is every time you fail at something, it's getting you closer to where you're trying to be. As cliche-ish as that sounds, it's true. Remember, when you make manifestations and you learn yourself, everything that happens to you is getting you closer to the manifestation. It's getting you closer to you. Okay? You meditate and you go within and you do affirmations to seek the happiness that you deserve, which is already within you. See, but when something happens that's unfavorable, like a failure, like if you get turned down for a job or you didn't get that business loan that you wanted, you feel tempted to give up. But the thought process you need to change about that is this. When something doesn't go my way, it really is going my way, because it has to open up a door for where I belong. Say something like that to yourself, and you'll feel much happier. Because you understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to look in one direction. You don't have to say, well, this happened and this is the way it is. No. Just because something happens that didn't go the way you want does not mean that the thing that you're aiming for isn't going to work out for you. All right? That'll bring you a lot of depression, thinking that way. But it's common for us, you know. It's common for us to think that, well, I didn't get that job. I might not get the next one. No, that means the next one is for you, or the sixth one down the line. But either way, we got that one out the way so you can get where you're supposed to be. And another thing I want to say about belief systems is this. Another reason it's important for you to find yourself through meditation is because you don't want to pursue the wrong thing in life. You know, you might be a natural born guitarist if you gave it a chance, but you don't know that because you're too preoccupied with thinking, oh, I should be a doctor because they make a lot of money. The way that you find your way is by finding you. If you get involved with the wrong profession, you probably fail at it, but then you'll start thinking that there's something wrong with you. It's not that, it's just you chose the wrong direction to go in. So let me sum this up, guys. My homework for you tonight is, again, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. And I mean seriously, do this. Number 1, do I like how I feel mostly? If you said no, ask yourself, where is this coming from? Do some retrospective thinking. Figure out where in your life you think that these emotions dredged up from. And turn that thought process around to a new one for today. Be opposite of what you used to be. Be different than what you used to be, because what you used to be wasn't working for you. And then the last question you ask yourself is, what can I do about it? We talked about that. What you can do about it is change your thought process moment to moment and trust the universe. I promise you. When you change the way you think, you change the way you live, okay? Because the way you think is going to lead you to beliefs. A thought you think all the time is a belief. And in believing so, and believing in this new thought, you get new emotions. Perception is the key, people. Perception. How you perceive of it, okay? Choose not to let what you believe is unfavorable be such. Find something in it that's good. Use it. Find a way to use it. Okay, if it's something unfavorable, say to yourself, you know what, this is something I'm going to overcome. I'm going to climb this mountain like I climbed all those other mountains, and then my self-esteem is going to shoot through the roof. You know what I mean? Life can be tough and hard, but it's either we succumb to these things and let it tear us apart, or we find a perspective to look at it in a way that brings us peace. That's all you can do. And when you do that, you putting out a vibration that I am so satisfied with my life. And what happens in turn, you start to attract satisfactory things. Because you're going to attract regardless. We cannot be here on earth and not attract. It just won't happen. But what are you attracting? You have a choice. You can set yourself to attract abundance, peace, whatever else, anything good. If you want good things, you can really have that. Or you can just live life like do, and then attract by default, but you might attract things you don't want. So just be mindful of your thought process and your feelings. You can have a bad day. You're entitled to that. If you're passionate and caring about something, you angry, it's okay. But don't let those things like anger and sadness or anxiety, overtake you. What you do is, when those emotions come on, you stop for a moment and you ask yourself, what are these emotions alarming me to? Because that's all negative emotions are. They are an alarm. They let you know that you are moving too far away from who you should be, your inner being, you're not in touch. And they're letting you know that there is something wrong, but you need to dig deep and figure out what it is and what to do about it. And what thought processes can you change to alleviate yourself from this negative emotion. It just means that you are looking at something all wrong. You're allowing it to make you feel bad, okay? It's not about what happens to you guys. It's about how you choose to feel about it. All right? That's everything. The perception that you choose is what gets you where you end up. Okay. I think I just... Lord have mercy. Y'all have been here with me long enough. Y'all know I likes to go on. Okay, so... I'm going to give you this quote that I got, and I'm going to get out y'all's hair. Said by one of our favorites. Failure is the opportunity... Lord have mercy. This person would not be proud of me for that. Hold on, I done dropped my cue cards. Hold on. Here we go. Alright, this person is probably looking down and saying, come on now, young lady. You can do me better than that. Failure is the opportunity to begin again, more intelligently. Said by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Alright, y'all. So think about that. Failures, unfavorable events, circumstances, people. That's your opportunity right there. You look at that and say, here's a chance for me to prove that I'm strong. And who you proved it to? Yourself. Okay? I think that's all. I'm coming back with more because I really want to talk about this guy. I probably got to make another video because I know I went on for a while. But it's a lot to break down. Alright, if anybody out there, you got questions, y'all know my email address. It's down there. It's been down there forever. Check me out on my social media. I have a Facebook fan page. Check that out. All kinds of good stuff I put up there. I post things about, fixing up your house, your living room, and law of attraction, and hygiene, all kinds of. Just go check it out, y'all. I tell y'all was there. Go see. That's about it, y'all. I'll talk all day. I better go. Till next time. Bye for now.